What's up, YouTube? Back here in the wood shop. Literally the wood shop. Let me zoom you in a little bit. If I can. That was my zoom. I guess not. Alright. Welcome back to the wood shop. What do we got today? It is May 23rd. Probably been about a week or so since I did my last video. Again, for that, I'm sorry. You can see I'm tired. I'm just tired. Had a long day today, long week last week, long week before that, working full-time plus hours. It's my business, so I can't really complain to the boss or anything like that. But, it is what it is. No excuse. I should be making videos, but we've been pretty tied up with my granddaughters being born and whatnot. So, and just getting through the nights, coming home from work, trying to have a sit-down dinner, feed them, diaper them, clean them, feed them again, try to rock them, put them down, one wakes up. It's a continuous cycle, it seems. But big props to my wife, because my she's been handling it. She's been up with them most of the nights. I mean, my daughter as well, obviously. But my wife's been really kind of leading the charge. It's nice to see that. It's nice to see that feminine instinct and motherly instinct kick in. It's amazing what she can do, on no sleep or very little sleep. She's had next to no sleep for 2.5 straight weeks now, and yet she goes every day. So it's amazing. A few things I want to talk about today. These are going to be. I got a lot of topics, but we're going to kind of breeze through them. Just kind of wanted to put a video out there just to talk about what's going on in the world. For those of you who don't watch mainstream media, I don't really watch it either. I can't stand it. I just follow the headlines, and then I'll look up some sources and see what's going on. I'll let you know this. I put $100 in diesel on my truck today, and I got almost 3/4 of a tank with $100. $6.19 a gallon at the Wawa that I go to. I guess you can hear it. This is probably the best I've sounded. So whatever this sickness was that I had, it's clearing up slowly. Every day it seems to get a little bit better, just a tiny bit, maybe 2%. But yeah, my voice is it's slowly coming back. So I believe I'm going to be fine. I'm going to make a full recovery. Which, I'm not joking when I say that. I wasn't really sure. I was a little nervous for a few weeks. So like I said, diesel, $6.19 a gallon. Inflation, still at an all-time high. Wife went food shopping last night, or, did the pickup from the store thing. And, brought home very little. Not a lot, not even a week's worth of food. And still spent $200. It's amazing. Could easily probably spend $100 a day, just trying to get stuff for the week. It's wild. Noticed in my neighborhood, and I'm noticing more and more of this. I know it's by design. I know it's the big push. Electric vehicles. Battery operated cars. I'm seeing a lot more of them. In my neighborhood here, there's 2 Teslas or 3 Teslas. There's at least 3, maybe more. And I'm seeing one of those Maverick by Ford, or Mavic, whatever it is, by Ford, the electric pickup truck. It's kind of like the Ranger, but it's electric. And then I'm seeing another Ford F-150 that seems to be both gas and electric. I'm seeing a Hyundai that's a full electric in here now, and I don't know, I'm just seeing more and more of these vehicles. And I find it interesting, seriously, like all the people, because of the price of gas. And gas sucks. Gas is like $5 a gallon here, or $4.75 a gallon, or something like that. And like I said, my diesel was like $6 a gallon or so. And that's scary enough for people, that people are trading in their gasoline-powered cars to get battery-operated cars, which is cool. I mean, if that's what you're about and that's what you want to do, you think that's better for the environment, go ahead. I mean, argumentatively, I don't feel like mining for lithium the way that they do with the slave labor and the impact that it has on the environment down there in I think it's Bolivia, where there's a big lithium mine, and where they're, it's probably what we're trying to set up and do in Ukraine. It's what we know exists in North Korea, and all these rare earth minerals, as they call them. I don't think that it has a significant impact on the local environments, which in South America, you mess up the local environment in Bolivia, and now you're messing up the rainforest, the Amazonian rainforest, right? Yeah. And meanwhile, on the news, on every channel that you turn on, the mainstream media, they're warning us about blackouts, massive amount of blackouts this summer because of the heat, and for some reason, our electrical grid just can't keep up. I wonder, is there a correlation between more and more battery-operated cars on the road and now our electrical grid being unable to sustain power? And at the same time, I would imagine every year more and more houses get solar. So shouldn't that be less of an impact? Shouldn't that be less of an impact on our environment and on our electrical grid? Because in my neighborhood alone, like every 2 weeks or every week or so, the house gets solar panels. There's 400 homes in this thing. I'd say probably within the next 2 years, half of them will have solar panels. That's 200 houses that don't need to be plugged into the grid any longer. Like you would think, and that's happening in old neighborhoods as well. You would think that would have a positive impact on our electrical grid and electrical requirements. But yet they're still warning us about there being massive blackouts. Like last year on the West Coast, there are brownouts and blackouts all the time. So I don't know, but what's changed? I'd say the only thing that's changed is this really hard push by the Biden administration to move towards electric vehicles. So what's the point? Let's all get electric vehicles so that nobody can drive them because nobody can charge them. Seriously, you'd think that. I guess I'd like to say that we're smarter than that and that we can see through this sham, but clearly not, because people are doing it. And where is the technology at today, for real? Like why isn't there more technology? I don't understand. For instance, I've been saying this for quite some time now. If you were to design an electric car, I don't know anything about designing an electric car, but I'm going to tell you off the top of my head my thoughts. If I was to design an electric car today, fine. Battery packs, yes, a must. Electric motors, of course. Let me think, what would be the next thing I would do? Well, probably on a car, you've got a hood, you've got a roof, and you've got a trunk hood as well. Why aren't these solar panels? Why aren't they solar panels? They're big flat objects pointing up at the sky. Shouldn't they be solar panels? Shouldn't while the car is driving using battery power at the same time, can it be recharging itself? Why can't it be recharging itself? Somebody answer this for me, because it doesn't make any sense to me that we have the technology to create solar panels. We have the technology to create carbon fiber. People make carbon fiber hoods every day of the week, right? For young 20-year-old kids' cars and trucks. Let's let's start carbon fibering and inlaying the silicon that you need to make solar panels into a car hood, roof, and trunk. Like, why not? And then this way, your car, yes, you have to plug it in still, but while you're driving down the road on a hot sunny day, or driving home from work on a hot sunny day, it's recharging itself and therefore taking less from the power grid. Okay, let's talk about this. Tesla gets you an option of 1, 2, or 3 motors in their Model S and their whatever the other one was. Maybe not, but I have really no idea. But you've got electric motors, and those motors are turning the wheels, and the wheels are pushing the car down the road. I'd say let's take those 4 tires, those 4 rims that are spinning as they're driving down the road, and we can attach little alternators to them. How about that? Let's attach small alternators to each wheel, right? Some kind of belt system, some kind of pulley system, whatever, so that while you're driving down the road and you're gassing, or not gassing obviously, but pressing the accelerator and the car is moving forward, or let's just say that you're traveling downhill and the car is just rolling along on its own, it can be recharging itself because it would have 4 alternators. Well, I mean, an alternator is the thing that a car runs off of once it's started. But if you turn an alternator, it creates an electrical charge. It's like the reverse of what an alternator does, I guess, or whatever. So I'm saying, let's design a car, let's give it a solar-powered hood and roof and trunk, and then at the same time, let's get the wheels, as they're spinning, to recharge the batteries. Why couldn't you do that and take a car that gets 350 miles on a single charge? You could probably extend that to 500 miles, maybe 550 miles, right, on a single charge. And it's less of an impact on our electrical grid, Just a thought. Don't know why it doesn't happen. Not even sure if I should be putting this out there on the internet, but, it's something that's always intrigued me. Here's what I like going on in the world right now. Billionaires. I'm not necessarily a big fan of, I'm a capitalist, but I'm not really a big fan of billionaires. I haven't been, because billionaires are well, for one, there haven't always been a lot of billionaires front and center. So that's one thing, right? You got Bill Gates, right? Bill Gates has been a billionaire for some time. I know the world is supposed to be in awe of him because of his philanthropy and his giving away $50 billion, 15 years ago or whatever, when he sold his stakes of Microsoft or whatever, which it is what it is, but that man made billions of dollars by swallowing up little companies and putting them out of business to make Microsoft a monopoly. So, you can look at it today and talk about his philanthropy and be like, oh, what a great guy, all the good things that he's done. And somehow being the fact that he's a billionaire puts him in the field of medicine on the world stage, which I find odd. That just because you have money, now you're an expert in medicine and disease. But whatever, it is what it is. Not so much him, I'm not talking about, because he doesn't have the balls to do anything great with his money, Everything he does is for show. Show about his name, the Bill Gates Foundation and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, right? It's all about show. It's all about making himself look good. He's not doing anything well, I'll say fun, but also impactful with his money. I mean, yeah, sure, he's buying up farmland, and sure, he's writing books about the next pandemic and whatnot, and making videos about whatever, it is what it is. I think he's just trying to deflect from the fact that he was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, or whatever, and probably visited the island, probably had a few underage girls massaging him as well, And so he's got to do and say all this other stuff to deflect. But I like Musk, Elon Musk, and all the things that he's doing. He's really rubbing people the wrong way right now, and I think it's great. I think it's what this world needs. A man who's worth $200 billion standing up to the establishment and saying, nah, it's not how it's going to go down. I think it's great. I really do. I'm happy to, it's a shame he's not really an American. He's from South Africa. But like, whatever, I still like and appreciate what he's doing. He's standing up to the world. He's standing up to the world, right now. Standing up to the elites of the world, basically telling them that he's not going to eat shit. Even Jeff Bezos, and I've not really been a fan of him. I don't feel like he was doing a lot with his wealth for a long time. But even him, he's starting to stand up about, at least from the tax codes and the shit with the IRS and whatnot, and the Biden administration. He's starting to stand up for himself and kind of like fight back a little bit. And I like to see that because it's what we need. Because typically, you've had guys like Warren Buffett. He's been a billionaire for 25 years. What's he done with his money? What's he done other than milk the system for more all along, right? He's tied into the government, so he's tied into insider trading and tied into the stock market in Wall Street, and he's benefited from that. And he's made tens of billions of dollars. And yes, he's made tens of billions of dollars for people that for his stockholders and whatnot. But you know how much money you have to be able to buy one share of Berkshire Hathaway? I don't even know what it is. It's probably like $100,000 right now. So, not for nothing, all the people who he's helped make billionaires or made billions of dollars for are all part of that 1%, that elite group. So, that's who we're talking about. I'm sure the same people that own Berkshire Hathaway, I'm sure if you looked at their main shareholders, it's probably the same as all these other, large corporations. I'm sure that BlackRock is the number one position. I'm sure that, BlackRock? And I forget the other company. I don't know, there's like three or four really large, corporations that basically own everything. You know what, that'll be my next video. We'll do a video and I'll use my iPad and we'll just pull up different companies and we'll show you who the main position holders are, or shareholders for each of these companies. And we'll see if we can find any conflicts of interest. But yeah, I like to see, Bezos fighting back and Musk fighting back, and I want to see more billionaires stand up. Because I think the Biden administration and their policies, I think back in the day, it was like everybody said, tax the rich. And I'm not saying this like I don't think that the rich should pay taxes. They should. Of course they should. But I don't think that they should be taxed at, ridiculous amounts because they can afford it. Just like I don't think that we should get, I think it should be like a standardized tax thing. And if the government can't run on that, then you reduce the government size. You don't find new taxes and find new ways to tax people. You reduce the size of government. That's how this works. I'll give you on a small scale. I own a business. Right now I've been very busy. In the last few months I've generated $200,000 in revenue, right? And whatever my cash flow and my profit is on that, I hired a guy and my son works with me full time, and I've hired and I've subbed out a couple of things more than what I originally planned on. But I have money and cash flow coming in that I'm able to pay people with, and so that's why I'm doing it. But guess what? Next month I don't have $200,000 in revenue. I probably have 1/6 of that revenue. So guess what's going to happen? I'm going to reduce the size of house home improvement. We're no longer going to be using these subcontractors anymore. And if I have to take back a day of work from my two full-time employees, you know what I mean, to make ends meet, then that's what we have to do. I can't afford to operate household improvement at that level, like it's making $200,000. So now I have to operate it like a company that's only going to make $30,000. And the only way to do it is to reduce its size, cut down on expenses. I mean, I guess I could do it other ways. I could sell a truck, I could sell off some equipment. Yeah, of course. But either way, I'm reducing the size and scope of the company. That's how this works. That's how you make it work. You know, if our government can't operate on the amount of money that a standardized taxation system would work out to, then reduce the size of government. That's the way that it works. That's the way that it should be. So yeah, I guess those are my notes. So I have another note. We're going to talk about the Biden administration's policies and how they're not in America's or Americans' best interest. But we all know that. But we can touch on that on another day. I guess with that said, thank you for joining me tonight. And I'm going to try to get out here again tomorrow and start making more content, here in the wood shop. I'd also like to, we've been kind of like slacking because of my illness and whatnot, but we're going to start working out here again too. We're actually working now. We have some furniture, like over here there's a table, some other stuff behind you and whatnot. So we're going to start finishing this stuff up and working on our wood shop again, and make more content for that channel as well. So that's all I got tonight for you guys, YouTube. Subscribe, hit the like button, and let me know your thoughts. Thanks again from House Who Talks. Good night.